nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
Yo. Back again, dog. What's up, man?
Well, not much to report. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
For another one.
We're doing another one.
Actually, I don't know if I can say that. And another one, because that's like that artist, man. What the hell is his name?
Rick Ross.
Is he the one that says that, or is it
Or DJ Khaled, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it's DJ Khaled. See, he's usually it's like DJ Khaled, and then he's like another one.
Yeah, he calls out his name in like every song,
I don't
and
wanna. Well,
that always
Sean
confused me.
Paul does too. He's like Sean the Paul. It'd be like 10 times during the song.
Doesn't Jason Derulo do that as well? Always like Jason Derulo.
I've never really listened to his music much.
Are we live? I don't know what's going on. Like, are we restarting? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're live after our technical difficulties for the past 20 minutes. Yeah, we're live.
I just looked like a dumbass for like 20 seconds.
That's a good thing you didn't share
Ladies
nothing.
and gentlemen, you're beginning to see a glimpse of how goofy we actually act while setting up the show.
It's usually like a 10-minute process. Okay, now say something. Okay, wait, it's not coming through. All right, let me do it again. No, wait, hang on. I pushed the wrong button. Wait a minute, go back. I need new headphones, man. My headphones are what's messing me up because I used to be able to wear the headphones, hear myself. When I can't hear myself, I don't know if it's recording because I've done one of these before and I literally sat here for an hour, had great content. It was a great show, and then I hit end, download it, and I'm like, I'll listen to it back. And I push play, and there's dead silence for an hour. Not that I sat there for an hour and listened to it. I obviously knew in the first 5 seconds that it didn't work, but I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yeah. Earlier today, something interesting happened. Our neighbors downstairs did their nightly arguing. They were screaming, knocking things around. Kids were yelling, crying. I feel like calling CPS at times. And yet they give me problems when I'm playing guitar. Like they're banging on the ceiling, like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep here.
Well,
I just find that really hilarious.
Well, we used to have, oh man, we've lived in a lot of places that had a lot of unique characters in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I can feel them stomping around downstairs right now.
Yeah, that's why I get my own place, man. I gotta be like by myself. Like, some people enjoy the city life and the apartment life, but I need me.
I kind of miss having a yard. That's the main thing.
Well,
being able to go out on your porch without having to worry if there's a tweaker on the other side of the street.
You know what I miss? A garage.
Yeah, a garage.
Like,
those are nice, aren't they?
When you go to work on your car and it's raining, it's like you go in your garage and you got your tools, you got this and that. It's all set up, everything's fine. Like,
and you can set up a man cave in there too, as well.
Oh my god!
You have a radio blaring. You can have TV, a couch.
I swear, my garage someday will probably be about half the size as my house is. Like, it's gonna be huge. Like, if I can get something with a lift, some air tools, and I have a nice concrete floor, or nice, like, a nice floor and all that, insulated, heated, nice surround sound stereo, a bar.
Oh, that'd be badass. Yeah, I feel like I guess we could discuss that. With anybody who's watching, I guess we could discuss like what our ideas would be for a dream home, or like anything with the idea of that.
I mean, you ever look at tiny houses? Like you ever like look into those? Or
Yeah,
wait, yeah, you
you
did.
you
Yeah,
showed me on
yeah,
numerous
yeah, yeah.
occasions, and I've looked into them myself, and
Right, yeah.
it's definitely a more like um economical way of living. If that's the right word to use.
I'm telling you, man. Like they're a good. Why not? You know, like cheap. You can put it anywhere. You just
Yeah,
as you get older, you realize what you don't need and what you just need to get by. You know, nothing crazy, nothing whatever. It's just like
yeah. You just you don't want to become like, especially when you end up getting more money in your life. You don't want to become too, I guess, seduced by like any materialistic
well,
things.
yeah, that's the
'Cause-
problem. Like you know, like
and yeah, especially in like society wise, like we're kind of raised in especially in the U.S. like with how celebrities are seen and treated. They're they always get portrayed as if that they're something larger than life, like other than human, and I never liked that. In fact, there are like those who are famous who absolutely hate the idea of that. And I don't know, like you get programs like, oh boy, I'm gonna get may get us in trouble, but you know, like programs like TMZ, like they seriously got nothing better to report on than like what shoes somebody is wearing, you know?
yeah,
And they make such a big deal out of it, and I'm sure everybody, most people are probably watching it like, who gives a shit?
yeah. I don't know. Like I'm so I don't know. I've never. I definitely have my like favorite celebrities and artists and stuff like that, but I've never taken it to the point where I'm like completely obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Like
No, like, oh yeah, that's another thing because like
I don't know though.
people use, huh?
You can go ahead.
Oh, like that leads me to of course, like you know how Eminem's song "Stan" it ended up becoming such a popular song that it actually, I believe it was the Oxford Dictionary that
Yeah, yeah, it was,
made it an actual informal
yeah.
term,
I was
like
about
an
yeah.
obsessive fan who will go to
Yep,
like ridiculous lengths
yep.
to get their attention.
I'm not gonna lie though. Like when we were in New York City, and I literally walked in front of El Pacino, like, and I still held my cool. Like I was like, all I did was like, I waved, he waved back, we're laughing, I'm bowing to him. He's in a car. Like I was still like probably like 10 feet from him. But I kept my distance, I didn't even pull my phone out. Like I just like embraced the moment of it. That was that hands down to the day I died. Well, so far in my life. That's probably one of the craziest experiences. Like I could not believe that. I was so happy that mom and like Brian them were there to like so I can tell this story and have like a backup like yeah no that happened because I could be making this shit up but like dead ass man like I could not believe that still to this day I'm still in shock about that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like to this day like it that story is still an amazing um
Yeah, just how
display of pure luck.
oh my god, in New York City, out of like the entire city, I bump into him at just some random at some random red light. I'm taking the crosswalk. If I didn't look up and look to my right, we made eye contact immediately, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I'm like, "Hell!" This shit was crazy. I was like, "Mom, El Pacino," and she's like, "Where?" I'm like, "Right there."
Oh God, I wish I could have been there, but like I was really young back then. I was much younger.
Oh my god, like that was man, that was
Yeah, I
so
cause like I'll admit, like if I was around somebody who I idolized quite a bit, I would be extremely nervous around them. It would be very
yeah.
difficult for me to maintain my my sort of composure to it.
Yeah.
So like if I was hypothetically speaking, I'm not quoting Ben Shapiro. I'm just saying like that about I don't know. Say if like you were walking down the street and I ran into somebody like Paul McCartney. Uh, I, worst case scenario, I would faint. Like that would just be such an amazing thing
I would be like,
to happen
I'd
in
be
your
like,
life.
I would be like, hey, Paul. You'd be like, oh, yeah. I'd be like, I like John better. No, I'm just kidding.
It's such a dick.
Oh man, that was funny.
Uh,
Well, I remember like when I met Chip the Rip. Man, who else have I met? I mean, I didn't meet Cuddy, but I was like 5 feet from him. He was giving autographs and shit. Man, there's been a few people. I can't remember what else.
we saw Priest at the Main Street Armory.
Man, I've seen those guys like 5 times. Man.
I think I ended up catching like Richie's guitar pick.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
The only problem is that pick was in a lockbox that got put in the storage unit.
I still have.
For those, huh?
I still have a drum set, and I used to have Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley's guitar picks.
Yeah.
From the Psycho Circus concert I went to when I was 7.
Yeah. Isn't it funny that like both of us, like for our first concerts, it was Kiss.
Yeah, that is
Of course.
crazy.
And today's Ace Frehley's birthday as well. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention that.
70
Turned
years
70.
old. Yep.
Yeah.
Al Pacino's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah. He's in his 80s. I can't
Yep.
believe it.
He's 80, I think. 80 or 81.
I think he's 81.
Yeah.
Because he turned 80. He was born in 1940, so yeah.
Man, that's going to be a sad... Oh, I don't even want to talk about it, but that's going to be a sad day, man. I'm going to cry.
Move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
Oh, God. Yeah. I can't wait till like concerts start back up and shit, man. I want to see Priest so bad, and like, there's multiple concerts I want to see, but I think people are gonna go nuts. You know, like everybody's gonna be touring, like everybody. You know.
Yeah, I'm not. There's gonna be more shows than I'm gonna have time for.
Or money.
Yeah, and yeah, money's gonna be a big issue.
Like you think about it, man, they charge a lot for like those VIP passes and all that. Like it is a lot of money, but I mean, shit, man. Like these people aren't gonna be around forever. You might not ever get the opportunity again. You know what I mean? Imagine chilling backstage. Oh, excuse me. Imagine chilling backstage with Rob Halford.
That'd be amazing,
Dude.
I can't even put into words,
Dude.
how like important that like
why-
memory would
That's
be.
why
to
we
me.
gotta get this podcast bigger, man. That way we can get some people on here and do some radio interviews.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Dude, wouldn't it? Just to have a conversation with them. I wouldn't
Yeah,
even.
give me
I,
some
you know, I wouldn't even care.
sunglasses,
I
a
would-
long black curly wig. We could, I could be like like a stunt double of Howard Stern or something.
Oh God. Howard Stern. He's a unique character.
Yeah. I don't really watch his show often, but I'm familiar with who he is. I was hearing speculation that his hair isn't real. He's just wearing a wig. Although I haven't seen any necessary proof for it. A lot of people are saying, well, he's in his 70s and he has no signs of hair loss whatsoever.
Just go up to him. Hey, Howard, good to meet you. Yank his hair. If it comes off, then we'll know. What the hell are you doing, man? I had to see. I really didn't think it'd come off. I'm sorry.
It'd be like that scene in Elf. He's a fake! I don't think I think you get a restraining order on me then.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least you'd be in the paper. All publicity is good publicity. Like, hey, you're the guy who ripped
As a-
Howard Stern's hair off. Yeah, it was me. I'm not saying
Now
I'm proud of
everybody
it.
knows the truth.
It just happened to happen. I'm not saying that, you know.
Yeah, I slipped on some ice, and the hair was the first thing I grabbed.
Yeah, let me clarify this story. It's not like I just ran up like a crazy psychopath and yanked on his head. All right, that's not what happened. Here's what happened. The
Yeah,
hotel I was
speaking of
staying
which,
at, it was cold.
somebody at my work, huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was messing around.
Speaking of which, somebody at my work, um, it wasn't yesterday, but the night before I was working. Every time my back was turned, I'm not exactly sure who it was, but they kept yanking on my ponytail.
Just smack him.
Well, no, I don't know who did it. I have a couple of leads who may have done it.
You should just walk in there and be like, just so everybody knows, I cut a piece of my hair off and sent it off to a DNA lab testing for fingerprints. So somebody better be telling me something quick.
Or just say, okay, just don't touch my hair if you want to keep your hand.
Why don't you ask about the last guy that touched my hair without asking? Yeah, what happened to him? Well, you can't ask him because he's no longer with us. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, last I heard, some buzzards were picking away at his corpse.
It's got dark really quick.
Yeah. Welcome to the Stodcast. We are very unpredictable.
Right. I'm all like, yeah, let's keep it light, you know, fun, light, happy.
Then it leads down this road of
Death.
wherever. Like we went from talking about concerts to yanking Howard Stern's hair off, and now we're just talking about death.
Swear to God, right? It's all
This
over
just
the
goes
place.
to show you we don't have a script. We just jump around.
No, see, and that's in my opinion. Like it's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, but I think that's the best stuff. Like that's the good. You know what I mean? Like if it's scripted, you can tell, and it gets. I think it gets like, you know, I don't know, dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're just bouncing around, and it's like that'll make every episode like just random as hell. You know. I don't know. Some people probably won't like it, and you know that's all right. I get it, but then some people might. You know, like
it's whatever works.
Yeah.
And
like,
to clarify from earlier, if you guys heard coughing, I wasn't smoking or anything. I went to go take a drink of my water and choked on it.
Yeah, right. You're celebrating 420 every day. We all know. Quit lying, man.
Well, it's
it's Weagle where you are.
It's yeah.
Weagle.
It's weed. It's local weed.
That shit out there, that's on another level, man.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, I haven't smoked since last year, right?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Crazy, isn't it?
And the weed out here, it can like get so strong. It gets to the point where it's like as soon as you take a hit, you get knocked on your ass and then fall into a fifth dimension.
Dude.
Then you wake. Then you realize that you look around and you realize I've been sitting on this couch for 4 hours. I should get up, but I can't. I can't move my arms.
I would just get like super baked and play like I get lost in my games and stuff, like especially Red Dead stuff like that, and like man, I get lost in that. Like I would like pretend I was actually in that world.
So immersive. Oh, could you imagine playing a VR game while high?
Dude, I want a VR so bad.
I do too, but like I got no space in my room. I'm gonna end up running into everything. And my console is a bit behind technology-wise. It's one of the earlier models of the PS4, so if I try to hook it up to that, I think it would just crash.
I'm just curious on like I remember when like dude, I remember playing like Atari and Nintendo and stuff like that, you know, and then like PlayStation came out and it was like this amazing new thing. I'm like, oh my god, like I remember being like a kid being like, man, like it'd be so cool to have a game console or something sometime in the future that you can actually be in the game and shit. And now they actually have that shit, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the earliest example I could think of VR, Nintendo ended up releasing this console in like the early '90s called the Virtual Boy. You might be familiar with it. It was like that little stand that had like these red goggles on it. And you were kind of like, and it would have these like reflective lenses on it. Except all the games were in red and black. They were extremely hard to focus, and it even came with a warning on the box saying that it could cause headaches and even seizures. Needless to say, it flopped. It was ambitious idea for its time, but where technology was at that point,
yeah,
it
just
wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. I don't know, like some of
And
the VR games I'm seeing, they look kind of just like that's not my idea of VR. Like, just I swear there was a movie about it or something, but I can't remember. But
Ready Player One.
yeah, maybe. I'm like, man, I
I'm
swear
pretty
there was a
sure
movie.
it
And you're
was
like Ready
based
Player
off of a
One.
novel of the same name, but was it Spielberg that directed it? So basically, you would put the headset on and you would be like in
Yeah,
in
almost
this
like
video game world.
think about like a Avatar, like
Avatar, yeah, that's
yeah, he put
another
the headset
example.
on, then he
One of
was
the
just
highest grossing movies of all time.
dude, that was like a crazy movie. But
It was like $1.3 billion it
well,
grossed
they're
or
coming
something
out.
like that.
They're making a part 2 or whatever, I guess.
I think they already released the second. I don't. Maybe they. I don't know.
Nah,
I haven't
I
checked
haven't
yet.
heard about it getting released, but they're definitely making a part 2. But
Yeah.
yeah, like that's my idea. Like you put this headset on or a bodysuit or whatever, like. But the problem is, like, like imagine, man, it'd just be so fucking cool. Like, imagine being in Red Dead Redemption, right? And you put this thing on and you're in the game. You're talking with Arthur and doing shootouts. You're robbing banks. And if
That
you
would be such an
and,
exhilarating thing. But the
yeah,
thing is, would you feel pain as well? Like
no,
perceive it
no,
the same
no,
way the character would.
no,
Like
no,
if you get shot, you feel that wound.
no. I don't want it that real. Like
That'd be crazy
I
though.
would never be getting in gunfights if that was the case. But like you die and like you restart, you know what I mean? If you die
Yeah.
in the game, it like you gotta. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think it'd just be
Yeah.
like it'd be so badass. But the problem is like I think people would get like think about how addicted you would be to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
Like,
would become like so invested in that
yeah,
that for
like
some people they may even lose touch with reality.
yeah, but then that's what they're talking about. That's what Elon Musk talks about all the time with AI. How he says like we gotta be very careful with it because it can take control more than we think it can. Like, like people won't be able to tell the difference between game and reality and like I can see it
Yeah.
happening soon. Like think about how far we've come in the past 10 years with that shit. Like 10
Yeah.
years ago.
I
to
remember
now.
back when we had to hook our consoles up to a big ass square TV
Mhm.
that weighed like over 50 pounds.
Well, now we're going back 15, 20 years. I keep forgetting, man. Like,
No, 10 years. Well, yeah, 10 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I keep
10
forgetting how much
dude,
time has passed.
man, I keep
Because
forgetting how old I am. Every time I think about it, I'm like, I always refer to myself in like 20-year area. I'm 20 years old. 10 years ago, it was 10, but really, it's fucking like 15 to 18 years ago. I'm just like, God, like, oh. I swear to God, after my 25th birthday, I just stopped looking forward to my birthdays. Like when you're a kid, you're like, "Oh, it's my birthday." Now you're like, "Man."
well, well,
Like,
now I realize, like with my birthday coming up, like this is the last year that I'm technically gonna have a childhood. Once September 12th comes, I gotta kiss that goodbye.
what do you
It's
mean?
gonna be nothing but a memory then.
Yeah, you're gonna be 18. Woo,
And that's gonna suck.
dude. I'm pushing 30, dog.
Goodbye, childhood. Hello, taxes and debt.
Man, I've been paying tax since I was like 16 or 17 or some shit like that. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty damn sick of it.
You start to get like all suspicious. You're like, where's that money going really?
Yeah, I hit a pothole in the road, be like, you fuckers! You guys are
You're
buying
just like,
cheap
my
suits.
taxes pay for the road. You should fix this shit.
You guys are busy buying cheap suits and hookers. You ain't fixing these goddamn pot roads. Huh. Someone stole my car radio, and now I just sit in silence. That reminds me of that every time because he's like, there's a line in there. He says, I forget how it goes, but it's something about paying taxes and hit pothole in the road or something. Where's the money going or something like that? I don't know. It's something like that. I can't
Spending it on cruise ships and cocaine.
remember. Ain't no lie, man. Where do you think they keep getting all the stimulus money from? They're just printing that shit. Does it
It's
have
like Robin
value? No,
Williams
not
said,
at
they're
all.
like
But
economic freebasing.
these $100 bills look fancy, though, don't they?
They're like rolling it up into little straws.
Yeah. Keep giving them these checks. That'll make them happy. Like, oh yeah, thank you so much for this $600.
I'm sure this is going to pay rent for like 3 months.
Out of this $150,000, $200,000 in taxes I've paid over the past like 15 years, 18 years. But I ain't even got my my last stimulus, the stimulus before that. I haven't got my federal taxes back yet. Everything's being delayed, dude. I've literally been waiting this entire time. I haven't got a letter in the mail, nothing. Like,
That's when you get the mob involved and you just knock on the president's door. Is like, where's my fucking money?
dude, literally, there's nobody. Like, I can't call the IRS building. They don't answer the phone. Then it goes to this message retrieving thing, and oh well, go to this website, and you go to the website, and it's either down or you go to the website, and it just tells you, yeah, it's still being processed. You'll get a date when it's finalized, and you'll be receiving your money. Blah 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 blah. There's nobody you can call. There's nothing. Like if I stopped paying taxes and I ignored them,
We can go to jail.
I'd be in prison right now. Like, oh, you bastard, you tax evading bastard. Like, yeah.
Meanwhile, they're evading their taxes,
Mhm.
and they get away with it for decades. It doesn't come to bite them in the ass until like 20, 30 years down the line.
Well, it's getting more and more relevant now because the technology is there. Everybody has a voice, and everybody can, like,
Yeah, I
look
think
into that shit.
recently, it was a few months ago, I believe, like a website. I don't know all the details on this, but summary, apparently the website Reddit ended up like hacking into the stock market and like at like Wall Street and like fucked everything up. And a lot of the stockholders were pissed.
I didn't hear about
And I
that.
just had to sit back and laugh like, how does it feel
Did you
to
see that-
lose your shit?
Did you see that guy? He invested like $108,000 in the Dogecoin, and now he's a millionaire. He invested back.
Oh,
in-
Dogecoin. That's Elon Musk's thing, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like originally created as a joke or something, and then
I-
or people thought it was a joke, and then it ended up taking off? Somebody in the
I honestly have no idea. All I know is this dude invested like half of, almost all of his retirement into this shit back like not even, I think it was May, of last year or something, and right now he's a millionaire. That quick.
Yeah.
Like,
The thing is, like, once you get like that amount of money that fast, it's like, because I wouldn't know how to handle if I ended up making like a fortune overnight, even though it's a slim chance. It's like, where would I have to go then? Because like, for me, it's more about, because once you have that money, it's like, what else is there left for you to achieve?
get more.
Because the money thing is not an issue then.
Well, $1 million ain't really shit, honestly. I mean, it's a lot of fucking money. It's more money than I've ever seen or touched or whatever. But Like, don't get me wrong, if I made $1 million, I'd be a happy son of a bitch. But at the same time, you gotta be smart with it, you know. And
Yeah.
like,
You can't
just
be like these
reinvest.
people who win the lottery and like blow all of
just
it in one night.
reinvest it. Like people that like get that money and like it's so stupid, man. Like they get all this money, and then they go and buy a fucking $400,000 house. Why? It's you and your
Like
wife.
you're gonna be able to keep up on the bills on that?
Like,
No.
that and the taxes, and it's just like why? If you
Utilities.
man, I'm telling you, I would literally grow. I'm telling you, say if I had $1 million tomorrow, bam, I would literally build myself like a small little cabin up in the Rockies, like chill, reinvest my money, and start a couple of businesses. Like the key is to make money while you sleep. If you're doing that,
Yeah.
you'll be just fine. And then reinvest, and then just you got to keep that money turning because once you have it, now you have opportunity. It's not just the money; it's the opportunity you have. Yeah, capitalize on
Yeah,
that
it's
shit.
like how much farther do you want to push it? I remember like somebody when I was at work, like a random customer came in and he like just out of nowhere was telling me like how much he invested in the Dogecoin and like how much it's been taking off in the past few months, and he told me to like really consider it. He was like he was giving me some sort of TED talk, like some life advice seminar, and I'm sitting here thinking,
hey man,
you know, I kind of want to take his word for it because like from what I'm seeing that it may be a shot in the dark, but
dude, I'm telling you, look into Neuralink. Elon Musk. Have you looked into Neuralink? Do you know what that is?
not entirely, but I believe you did bring it up on a previous occasion.
Oh, well, it's like basically it's like this little like chip that they made. It has wires attached to it, and they drill. It sounds crazy, but it actually works. Like they've already been testing it, not on people, but on like pigs and a monkey and like other shit. And it literally can read brain waves in real time, and also it's developed to the point where like if you have autism or if you went blind,
or had a stroke. I believe you brought this up on like the first episode I was on.
Yeah,
like it could wake that side of your body up if you had a stroke and were paralyzed on one side of your body.
It can cure like blindness. Like, are you like what? Like, dude,
that's amazing. Yeah,
dude, that's I don't know why people you don't see this on the news. You don't see fucking CNN or Fox talking about this shit. No, they rather cover who got shot and what happened where and all the bad shit. They don't talk about that stuff.
They have to keep it's about sensationalism. Like even System of Down brought that up, saying how they just want to keep people tuning in to keep their ratings up.
Yeah, but man, that would keep people tuning in. Like, that keep me tuning in. I'm telling you, anyway.
Just fear is more profitable, I think. Like from their perspective, is what
I want to.
We're getting a bit into conspiracy theories here, but
I want to invest in that shit, man. Like, that'd be like getting in on Amazon back in like 95 or 96.
Yeah, this guy Bezos, he started up like this online manufacturing website. You can like buy anything off of it. Books,
you know how he started
furniture.
Yeah, did you know how he started that?
He started it in his garage, right, or something like
books. Selling books out of his garage. He told his friend, he was like, I'm not really a huge fan of Jeff Bezos or anything, but he told his friend like, I'm gonna be a billionaire from this, and his friend was like, yeah, okay, you're selling books online out of your garage, you're gonna be a billionaire. And then now look at the motherfucker. Isn't he like one of the richest
he's one of the
richest
men like in the world.
He has like I can't even comprehend it money.
he has like a stupid amount of money.
Like
inconceivable.
I don't even
crazy
know.
Ass money.
I feel like I would if I didn't have people around me to like guide, I think I would spiral out of control. Like I would literally, I don't know, maybe it's just me knowing my personality, but I'd probably have a severe drug problem. No, I'm just kidding. But
You would just because you would have so much money, you'd basically have like no limit,
yeah,
and that's dangerous
yeah,
because you could pretty much do anything and very little
yeah.
can stop you.
Yeah, I was just joking about
And
I was just joking about the
yeah,
drug problem. I would really want to travel, if anything. I'd want to just do
oh yeah,
do everything, you know, that I like everybody around me would be completely set. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that would be like my first thing, because I think if I ever did
I think
end up getting
I
like
would get more
a good
set.
amount of money, I would want to help out like friends and family who I know need it. You know,
Yeah,
I wouldn't try to be like too stingy with it. I would try to like do something to further better the world.
yeah. That's
You
why I
know,
love Elon
not be
Musk.
like a fuck. I'm struggling on this word again. Philanthropist. There we go. But just I don't know, maybe like start up a charity or something. I'm not too sure. Or like
Well,
put my money into a few. You know.
anything that you can do to add value to people's lives is pretty much the most best thing you can do. I would get more. I'm not really a material guy. Like, I can buy my toys and whatnot and have fun, but I'm not really a material guy. I can get by with like
Yeah.
nothing. I would get more fulfillment and satisfaction out of just like helping you out and dad and mom and people around me and just
Yeah.
making people's lives better while they're here. Because fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, what's
It's like what they say, better to give than receive.
it really
Um,
is like like I don't know. It's like a
that's
double edged.
like that
It's
satisfaction, like to know
you
that
got
you have bettered out,
yeah.
bettered someone else's life.
Yeah, you gotta do
Because
stuff. The only time you get true satisfaction out of it is when you do it like wholeheartedly, without without having any. You're not looking for a return out of anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you
yeah,
just
it's
do it,
it's not like they're borrowing money off of you. Yeah, and not even like in terms of money, but just like anything really. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial. That also like because I remember you brought up earlier about uh like places that you would want to travel to. I suppose we could like discuss what places we would love to go to outside of our own country.
Italy, for me, 100% Italy.
Yeah, Italy's definitely a place that I'd love to visit.
I want
I
to
would love
go.
to go visit Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland is
Apparently,
cool.
it's one of the safest like countries to live in. Um,
I want to
and it's
go.
just I've heard very few negative things about there. Just like the landscape's beautiful and just
Yeah,
I haven't really heard of many bad things there. And just it would be interesting to learn about the culture. As for other places,
yeah.
the city of Santorini in Greece, um, even though it's a city, it's not like over here, where there's just a bunch of skyscrapers. It's
Yeah,
just
no, no, no,
very like more ancient Greek architecture, and as far as I know, like all the structures like have the same color to them. It's white, and then like blue on top,
I would,
and that's like, hmm?
I always love watching those like travel shows and stuff like that. Like, what a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what a damn job. Like, just go here, get your sponsors. We'll pay your food and lodging, all this. The funding of the show will help that, and blah, 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 blah. But, man, what a life. Like,
Yeah,
traveling around, meeting people, enjoying the culture and stuff. And, like,
yeah,
not only is, like, our country big, for people who've never been out of their hometown or their home state or whatever, like they have no idea what's out there. Like my buddy at
yeah.
home, like he hasn't even been past PA, really. I think the furthest he's been like is just into PA, and I think they went to Jersey and stuff. And I'm like, man, there's like a whole. That's what I loved about riding in the truck. Like I miss that so much.
Yeah. It's Yeah, because I've never been outside like the U.S. I don't have a passport or anything like that. I suppose the first place I would go to is probably Canada because it's just the closest, and
I've been to
you know
Canada
it's
once.
overall a pretty nice country. I don't really have anything like well, for one, weed is like legal throughout the whole country, I believe, and like within like 2 days they ran out of stock,
Yeah.
which I found to be very hilarious. I was like,
Yeah. And that's the thing, man.
business is
Like,
booming.
regardless of people's opinion and whatever, like, you can smoke, you can not smoke, like, whatever. Who cares? Like, I haven't smoked since
Yeah.
last year, but if they
I mean, yeah,
legalize,
that's definitely a
if
choice. We're
they,
not trying to like force it upon anybody.
yeah, nah, do what you want. But if they legalize that shit in all 50 states,
Yeah,
the profit with like the amount of money, like, it would help this
yeah, it
country
could
out
be put
so
towards
much.
so much.
Take people out of fucking jail for stupid ass weed charges and all this other crap,
Yeah,
and like,
it
just
was yeah, the mandatory minimum sentences, like people who got like 10 plus years in prison just because they had like an ounce of weed on them, a quarter ounce, and it's just ridiculous. And then after you are out and trying to get a job, they won't hire you because of that. They won't even look into the reasoning as to why. Meanwhile, there are people who have done way worse things and they ended up getting a job, which I find extremely confusing.
yeah.
But we can thank Nixon for all that stuff.
Yeah, the
See,
war on drugs.
we get to talk shit about him because like literally no one I know likes him.
I'm not a crook. Oh man. Yeah, so I was seeing, I was looking at that. Yeah, what are you doing over there, eh? Yeah.
God damn it. Fucking water, man.
Yeah, sure, water. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, goddamn water. This damn water.
No, I'm being serious. Like, I think it's because it's like ice cold right now, which is probably why it's doing that to me so much. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
God.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not looking very professional right now.
Oh no, everything's fine.
What the hell were we talking about?
Just traveling and stuff. I really would like
Oh, yeah.
to just like experience like the food and the culture, like the rapper I talked to, Crooked Eye. If anybody listening,
Yeah.
like King Crooked, hell yeah. But he like he was telling me like when he was in Italy and stuff, and like just traveling around, he had some of the best margarita pizza of his life and blah blah blah. And like there's this restaurant out there. It's literally carved in the side of a rock, like a mountain cliff. Like the hotel was on the top, and then you take these stairs down the side of this cliff that it's carved out of the rock. If any, like if you can picture what I mean, like it's a cliff, and then the ocean comes up to it, and they carved out a restaurant inside this cliff. It's the most,
That's amazing.
yeah,
Like,
to be there and just like experience that and like meet the people and just, man, like, I want to do that shit so bad. Like,
yeah. What's another place I wanted to go to? Trying to think here. You've heard me bring this up before, but just I guess not really specifics, but just Japan as a whole. Um, of course, I know like Tokyo is like usually the main place to go, like tourist wise,
yeah,
um, but also other parts of the country that are not as like urban.
this this kid I knew in school. Well, he was in my grade. Like we weren't really like friends or nothing, but he was in my grade. He was a cool kid. We were always cool with each other, whatever. Um, he had become a chef, and he was going to school to be a chef, and then he actually flew to Tokyo and like he ended up staying there, and he got himself a girlfriend. He worked in like this really nice like 5-star restaurant and shit. I haven't talked to him in like a long time, but last I knew, that's what he was doing. Flew all the way over there to like learn Japanese cuisines and stuff like that. Like some of that stuff is crazy over there. Like, oh, speaking of food, man, that place we went out to eat, man, that shit was so good. Like,
What was it? Maybe we'll get a sponsorship from them one day
no,
down the
they're
line.
they're a local restaurant. They're called the Vintage House. It's like this old colonial house they turned into an old like restaurant. It's like white cloth on the tables and like, God, it was so good. Like I can't even explain how good that was. Like we're definitely going back. And it's been right down the road this entire time. I never even knew about it. Well, I didn't even know about it,
Yeah.
guys, till I got here. And they're just like, yeah, I've been here for 40 years. Boom, boom, boom. But man, it was so good. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, man,
Advice
good
to
food. Good
everyone
food
out
can
there:
turn your
be
whole.
sure to like support your local businesses
Hmm.
because they can tend to get overshadowed by the more corporate big
I'm
businesses.
telling you right now that, like, we went out to Olive Garden not even probably a month ago. Got the bill, whatever. I think it was like $60 or something for the two of us or whatever. This place was like a little more expensive, but the quality of the food, like, it was the best. Everything's made in house. Everything's fresh as hell. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
When it
there was a candle
what
on
I
our
find,
table.
huh?
There was a candle
Sorry.
on the table. It was amazing. Like, I'm definitely going back there.
Yeah. Um, what I find, I'm gonna end up throwing some shade at another business here, but
Hey,
I find it
careful.
hilarious that
Don't want to mess up a
um,
possible sponsorship.
well,
You know what I hate about
well, you
TGI
like the
Fridays?
local place better. I'm saying like I find it hilarious that Olive Garden like presents itself as authentic Italian cuisine when literally everyone
I was watching.
like literally everyone's like, no, that is not that is
Well,
not the case in the
I
slightest.
think it's just a matter of opinion because, like, I was watching this show and they were doing that test of Olive Garden. Like, is it really authentic Italian? Boom, boom. So they had like these people from America in there, and there was actually a couple people from Italy in there, like older women from Italy, like at different tables and shit. And the one lady was like, "Oh, this is so good. This is the best food." Boom, 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 boom. And this other lady's like, "This is trash. This is horrible. You call this Italian?" like,
Oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah. Isn't that
this
like
is
a
an
video on
embarrassment.
YouTube? Like I remember, this one lady, she pulled out like a breadstick, and she's like, "It looks like a skinny dick to me."
Yeah, yeah, no, that was it. That was it.
It was funny as hell. You could tell that she was definitely from like the kind of like the Brooklyn, sort of like New York Italians, because they're just very blunt with how they deliver
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
They can tend to be very abrasive as well, but
Man, I miss.
but yeah, it is a matter of opinion. I guess just like when you franchise, quality can tend to dwindle. Not always the case. It it always like depends on the location, who's working there, and who's in charge is
Well,
usually the biggest thing.
honestly, that's not just in restaurant business. That's in business, period.
Yeah, business period. Yeah.
Like I saw it with the company I used to work for. We won't name names, but you know who I'm talking about. Anywho,
Yeah.
so yeah, when I first got hired there, it was a family owned business. They were kind of small, still $1 million company, but you know it was kind of small and whatever. Only been open 15 years and boom, boom, just doing all right. And then all of a sudden, like 5 years later, we got investors and we got new people coming in from, this partner and blah blah blah. Everything just changed. Like the owner stepped down and it just, the quality, like it was just money, 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 money instead of like the customer service part of it and all that. You know what I mean? Like it just everything went downhill from there. Like,
Yeah.
things weren't appreciated as much, and it's just like, get the job done, do this and do that, and do this and do that, and that's it. Boom, thanks. like, like motherfucker, you know,
Yeah,
when you
there's
had
no
some, like, I'm doing so much for you all right now. Like,
no sense of passion or dignity in it anymore.
nah, I mean, there was in the people that had been there for a long time because they know, but all these new people and corporate blah blah blahs and this, that, and the other. I mean, like I get it. I mean, you're in business to make money. That's ain't nobody out there in business just to be in business. Like you're there to make money. That's what you're doing. That's the gray area nobody talks about. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like you gotta give a shit. You know?
Yeah, have a heart. Don't be soulless.
I don't know.
Where do we go from here?
Up,
like,
up and away.
because I was also gonna like name off like some places that I would want to go visit,
Well,
but
yeah.
I feel like we've strayed a bit from there, and I feel like if I go right back to it, it's gonna throw off a lot of people.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of all over the place with this.
Yeah, we are very over the place. We we jump around like we have ADHD
Jump
or
around.
something.
Jump up, and get down. But
That just makes me think of Mrs. Doubtfire.
yeah. What were we talking about?
Oh, like because I was gonna name off some cities, and places in Japan, like specifically that I would like to see. Not just like Tokyo, of course, I'd still visit there, but other places as well, like Kyoto or Okinawa. Okinawa's beautiful in its own regard.
You seem
It's
like you
mainly
really,
just like beaches, like around the whole
you seem
area.
like
And
you really want to go to Japan.
yeah, that's like the main place. I know like some people may laugh at me for that, but just like culture wise, it would be really interesting. Like or any country really,
I mean,
especially on the other side of the world,
I've always
like how
wanted,
they're
I've always wanted
Hmm?
to check out Great Wall of China. I really do.
Yeah.
Just
The
to
only
like
thing that like
chill there.
because I've thought about traveling to China as well. It's mainly just like the government in the way everything is over there that makes me feel uneasy about it. I know they don't really have the best political system.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but granted, Russia's worse. So
Well, I mean, like, it's not like ours is anything special, you know.
yeah, but granted, we do have like a little bit more, I guess, freedoms. As cliched as that sounds, I mean, granted, we do get more rights than I can say for other people in different countries. I mean, there are definitely ones that are so restrictive that you so much as speak the wrong sentence, you can be imprisoned or put to death.
Well, I mean, yeah, there are places that are crazy, but at the same time, it's like that's the world's the world,
That's
man.
just the way of life. Yeah.
It's it is what it is, really.
It was like you mentioned before, like that isn't something that the U.S. specifically should get involved in, especially when it's not their place.
Well, that's part of the problem. Is like we just butt our noses in everywhere. Like, if this is happening over here, we gotta go and do this and blah 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 blah. And it's like it's all politics. It's all about money at the end of the day. Swear to God, like they mask it as, oh, we're gonna help these people. Like, really though, are you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know we can tend to get controversial with some of the things we discuss,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. I usually
granted, we
don't.
do like,
I don't like
Hmm?
talking. I don't like talking politics or religion for those two reasons.
Yeah, yeah, those areas specifically. Yeah,
Yeah.
just it's it gets too violent in conversation, I guess is how I would put it.
Um, I know it's random, but man, you probably didn't see it. But did you watch UFC at all the past weekend?
No, I haven't, not yet.
Oh my lord! There's
What
this.
was it that happened?
Well, there was this one fight with the two fighters. One of them was Uriah Hall, and the other guy was Weidman. And first round, Weidman goes in for a kick into the other guy's leg, like shin to shin, right? And he like throws this kick and then snap. That's all you hear is just snap. And he goes to step backwards and his whole leg like folds out from under him. He falls on the ground. His entire leg, his shin bone, and I don't know what else you call that other little bone there, but it snapped completely. He snapped his leg. It looked like rubber.
Ugh,
Anderson Silva
gross.
did that back in the day. But if you get a minute, if you get a minute, type that video in. That shit, like, whoo. Oh my lord. I can't imagine that pain, man. And he stepped,
Oh
like,
yeah,
he,
with his shin. It was his shin that broke, right?
yeah. Well, Anderson Silva back in the day, but it just recently happened again. And this past week, yeah, this guy in here, he's like, I seen that fight. It was crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, I remember
I ain't seen that
Eminem.
happen.
He like referenced that fight like in
Yeah,
Caterpillar.
yeah.
That song he did with
Had
Royce
this
the
shit
Five
hanging by
Nine.
a
That's how I
flappy skin.
remember it.
Yeah, literally, like his. Oh my god, you know in Harry Potter where he's trying to mend his arm, and it's just rubber.
Oh
That's,
yeah, and it's like
I swear, that's exactly what it looked like. There's no bones left. Like, there was no bones left.
yeah.
He had to get surgery the next day. They put a rod and a couple screws in there, and oh my lord, oh Jesus,
Now you're bionic, man.
oh my god. Well, they're gonna have to take that. I mean, he's gonna have to heal. They're gonna have to take it back out because he can't fight with that in there. But I guarantee
Yeah.
that's probably one of the last leg kicks he throws for a long time. I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, no more kicking for you.
Oh my god. Oh gee. And the other, like Uriah Hall, just stood there, like he didn't even feel it. That dude's leg, man, it was just like boom, like snap.
It just broke. He didn't do like a counter to cause it to break.
Nope. He just stood there.
What?
Yeah. I think he threw it with such force and it was just I don't know the wrong angle. Like I don't know. Like it shit happens, you know. But man, that whew, God, and he didn't
He
even
was
like
fighting.
in the moment of it, he didn't even notice it. Like a split second later, he went to step backwards on it, and his whole leg folded out, and that's when the pain hit. It was like
Oh,
you look up,
that's the worst.
dude.
Is when you don't notice it and then it doesn't kick in till like a
Oh.
few seconds later.
Well, that's usually how it happens, but man, he was laying there and his leg was like completely in the opposite direction of where it should be.
Yeah. This is like way less worse, but if there's anyone who's ever taken a hit to the nuts
And
and you don't feel it at first and you know the pain's
Yeah.
coming,
I wonder.
you're just like,
Oh,
you're like, did that hit me?
I just,
Ah!
I just got asked about Conor McGregor. I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan, and I think the Poirier fight, number 3 coming up. Speaking of leg kicks, he needs to check that leg kick, and I honestly think he's gonna beat him this time. I think he's gonna rush in there really fast, like he did with Donald Cerrone, and that's what I think he's gonna try to end it early. But I would love to see him keep fighting, but I think the money did kind of get to him, which it would with anybody. But at the same time, I still think he's a hell of a fighter, and he's hilarious. So yeah, I love Conor McGregor. Um, him and Usman are talking. Now that'd be a fight. That'd be an awesome fight. I would also like to see the Nate Diaz trilogy. Because those were like some of the best fights, man. Him and Connor, like they would just go back and forth and back and forth. Diaz no joke either though. He's solid, man. You can just keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. He'll still keep coming at you. It's like Tony Ferguson. Like,
What about well, like, what are your thoughts on Floyd Mayweather as well? Because I hear a lot about him
you know,
as well.
honestly, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, but you want my honest opinion? I think he's over. He's a great boxer, but if you were to put him and Tyson, if you did like both in their primes, Tyson would fuck him up, in my opinion. In their primes.
Tyson would fuck up a lot of people, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but
That dude
that
bit a
last
fucking ear off one time.
yeah, but that last fight, I just, you know who I'd really like to see get knocked the fuck out is Jake Paul.
Oh
but
yeah, I was about
Daniel
to bring that up.
Cormier,
There was like a really disappointing fight that happened.
Daniel Cormier.
Like that
Well,
he was.
the kid's man. I don't even want to talk about that joke, man.
He's got such a fucking ego on him. Him and his dumbass brother too. And the fact that that fucking Logan went into that fucking forest, filmed dead bodies, and like posted on YouTube, and him and his stupid ass friends were laughing. It makes me loathe him.
Well, I don't know.
Like the fact that people even forgave him for that shocks me.
All these YouTubers and just I don't know. They get carried away because they think they just get away with all this shit and all that. Tyson Fury, yeah, he's badass, man. He's got a hell of a hook, man. He's got a hell of a hook. That's a little. He's a boxer and stuff. He's crazy at this. I got a little off topic, but yeah. Yeah, Tyson Fury is nasty. But yeah, Daniel Cormier, who's a UFC fighter, he's actually retired. He's like doing announcing now and all that. Him and Jake Paul been getting into it because Jake Paul's been saying some shit about him, and then Cormier said, "Hey, like if you want to fight, let's fight in the octagon." He goes, "Let's do a real fight. You really want to fight me and all that?" He goes, "Let's not box. Let's do that fight. I'm telling you right now, this dude's a heavyweight. He will fuck him up." He was like,
I would love to see that.
He's like, "I just want to torture him for 5 rounds." He wouldn't stand a chance in there. That's why all these fucking YouTubers and all these other people like, "Oh, come box, come box, come box." Okay, step in the MMA ring or a UFC ring. You know, like you ain't gonna do that shit because you know what will happen. Like, fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they just, there's gonna be like there's gonna come a point where it's just gonna come back to bite him in the ass completely.
Oh, this is only a temporary ride. It ain't gonna be lasting too long. Just like Dana White said, he's like, this kid's got the right shtick, and he's doing the right things right now to get people talking about him. That's the whole reason why he's doing it. Boom, boom, boom. And he goes, ain't gonna last forever, but right now it's working, and whatever. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But
because I remember I first heard about like the Paul brothers like fucking years ago. That was back when they were still doing vlogs and shit. I remember they were talking about like this once, like the first time I heard about Jake, that was like a song they released, a really bad one.
I almost don't even want to talk. I almost don't even want to talk about him on this podcast.
Yeah, I'll gloss over it, but I just remembered that he was pretty much like just the joke of the internet at that point.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, enough about him. Moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, we should stack up some episodes here so we can upload more during the week and stuff, give the people more content and stuff. 'Cause I don't want to overdo it, but I'd say a good like 3 episodes a week or so. I think people will be happy with that. Like, let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments.
Yeah, like let us know like what it is more you would like us to talk about, and give us some topics.
Or
to
even
discuss.
when you're in here, like you guys are doing
too, like crazy,
Yeah, ask some questions, leave some comments, tell us what's up, and we'll be more than happy to do it and stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's been another great episode. I mean, they're all great episodes, man. This is huge. It's awesome. Gotta keep going, man. Gotta keep trucking. I mean, look how far we've come already. You know what I mean? We've only been doing this for a little. Well, we went away there for a minute, but we're back now and things are good. I just gotta get me a pair of good headphones.
Yeah, you started this back in August. I was like,
went away.
I was like on the second or third episode.
Went away for like 4 or 5 months though.
Yeah. Just some things came up. Really, that's all.
Lost my job. That's what happened. Lost my job and had no money. I'm back rolling now.
We couldn't pay for the premium. That was like the main thing.
Yeah.
And now we're just hoping that we're going to be able to, I'm hoping to soon afford a computer and my own microphone and audio interface, so I can do a call into the show, and then you guys will be able to hear my voice a bit more clear
clarity
instead over this cellular thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm calling a radio show and like
And that's the thing I should mention too is like if anybody out there listening or anybody who does listen to this, Podbean, just download the app on your phone. You can always listen to any episodes, and not just me, any other podcast that's on Podbean. You can always call in. You can do live chats with the co-hosts or whatever you want to do. That's available, and our podcast is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We're trying to get a little distribution out there, so get more and more listeners and whatnot. But I'm happy with what we got right now. Stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Stay humble
yeah.
and see where it goes, man. That's all you can do.
So that's
To be honest
that's our
with
main plan
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like it just feels good to just do it. Like this gives me it takes my mind off stuff. I get home from work 10, 12-hour day and just come home and chill and do this, talk about stuff, and like it just feels good to have something other than a job, you know what I mean? Like this is fun to me. Like this is like
Yeah, a different avenue that you're actually like enjoying each time you go into.
yeah,
Because for
you know?
most people, work is like not a thing we look forward to besides money.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, man. Like that's the thing is I wanna like do stuff that will get me out of working for the man.
yeah,
That's
I think that's the main message we're trying to get to a lot of people out here is um don't try to always try to follow, I guess. Try to take control and develop on something that you dream of doing. And if someone tries to restrict you or push you back from letting you do something like that, then who are they really?
yeah. Who the fuck are you? But yeah, that's the important thing is just kind of follow. Just find something that you really love doing and just do it. Like
Yeah, we're trying to make this sound the least cliched as we can.
yeah, yeah.
Because I know we all heard this growing up, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
all sitting there like hearing it, like,
Like yeah,
sure.
yeah, whatever.
But but in all honesty, like I feel like that's sort of a good vision to have. You want to maintain like some like like be sort of realistic with it, but you don't want it to restrict you to the point where you don't even want to act on it completely.
Yeah. Well, be a dreamer, man. It's like just dream and seek the go for the impossible because you never know. Who knows?
It's like we said last episode, like when you reflect on your life once your body is grown weaker, your hair is grayer and
Well, you're
moving
older and then
slower overall
yeah,
in life,
you
you're
look
going to
back
be
and you didn't
looking
do
back,
nothing.
and
You're like,
most people usually think about what it is they didn't get to do.
uh-huh.
And I don't think any of us want to get to that point. We don't want to have to be at that point in our life where we're reflecting on something like that.
Yeah, regrets. I got enough of
Yeah,
those. But yeah,
yeah,
man. Hey, kept you for over an hour now. I appreciate the time, dog.
it's no problem.
Yeah, I'll be hitting you up. We'll get a couple more episodes in, and we'll get back to it this week because it's only Tuesday, so maybe anybody listening or anybody keep an eye out. Maybe this upcoming week probably have two more episodes coming, and again
Yeah,
we appreciate all your time and the listens, and again comment, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate
do
all of
whatever
you.
the hell what people do on these social media things. I'm still trying to figure them out myself.
Yeah, me too. Hey man, I appreciate it, dog, and I appreciate everybody listening, man. Love y'all.
Peace and love.
Later.
Later.